Well, good morning team, and welcome to your 11:30 lesson live from Bradford College, almost. I trust you're out of bed and you're ready to do some learning. I've got a PowerPoint which I've uploaded onto Moodle Unit 4, Lesson 3 I think it is. You need to access that after this video and then just go through the slides one by one, and then there's a few things I'd like you to do. In fact, there's quite a lot of information I'd like you to find. Which I'd like you to do between now and next Tuesday. Remember, your P1, P2 hand-in is tomorrow at midnight. If anybody is struggling with either parts of those, obviously you can get hold of me tomorrow. Today I'm going to be busy with training all day. So before we go any further, I need you to get out your Unit 4 assignment. If you haven't got it handy, you might want to press pause on the video now and then come back afterwards. P3 and P4 is what we're going to concentrate on today. It's a bit boring, I apologise in advance, however it's BTEC in their wisdom think you need to know it. P3 and P4 is all about legislation and how legislators have an impact on airports and airlines. So it's very dull, I'm warning you, but obviously we just need to get the bare minimum done for this. There is a merit and a distinction involved with this, which we'll come on to probably next week once we've done P5 and P6. But I need you to turn to page 4 then, assignment 2 of 3, and you'll see we've got P3 and P4, which are half of task 1 for this assignment. I'll read the scenario and then also the tasks for you. After I've done that, I would like you to stop the video and then open up the PowerPoint that I've already mentioned. There are a selection of slides on there. I'm not giving you any information this time. It's going to be your chance to go and get the information that you require. All I've put on the PowerPoint is what I want you to find out, some relevant websites that you should be able to get the information from, and details of all the different organisations that you need to get information about. I've also put on there details about how you should be writing a report. This one is a huge assignment. It's taken up P4s, so 4 Ps even, and it's going to be a written document, a written report. So reports are a bit different to just a piece of paper with writing on. We are expecting a bit more, so I want you to access the document which tells you how you should be writing a report, bearing in mind that is for a university level and we're on a level 3 course, so we just need to water it down a bit. But providing you've got the main subheadings and everything else in it, and you paginate it, you've got your name on it and all that sort of stuff with an introductory page, then that's fine. So, task 1, P3, P4, P5, P6. The hand-in date is next Friday, the 22nd of November. So we've got a little over a week to actually do this. However, I'm probably going to extend that until the Tuesday due to public demand from you guys wanting a little bit longer to do it over the weekend. But in your assignment, it's Friday the 22nd of November. So, to meet P3, you must summarise the regulatory relationships that exist in the aviation industry. This can be in general terms, although all of the organisations mentioned below must be covered. Okay, so for this you are going to concentrate on 2 different types of regulator. There's 3 regulators that cover everybody in aviation and all aspects of aviation, and then there's 5 extras which cover just parts of it, okay, which you need to be aware of. So, as you'll know from the slides, you've got the information there. It's the CAA, the HSE and Transec, which cover the whole of aviation. And then legal-wise, we've got the FSA, local planning authorities such as city councils, county councils and whatnot, airport police, port health and the UK Border Agency. Once you've done your research for P3, I would like you to go on to P4. It's literally just an extension of P3. There are a number of questions on the PowerPoint which I'm asking you that you need to find out for each one of those 8 regulators. And for P4, you just need to explain how they impact on airlines. So to read the bio, to meet P4, you must explain the impact of legal obligations on aviation organisations. To complete this task, you only need to explain this from an airport and an airline point of view. So don't go any further into any other detail about anything else, just all you're concentrating on is how it affects airports and airlines. In order to do this satisfactorily, you must cover all of the organisations covered in P3, so again you need to cover all 8 of them and cover all of the elements that are listed on the assignment. So, to explain the impact of legal obligations, you're going to have to consider cost. So there's going to be some costs to some of the regulators which you've already covered. So you need to talk about what happens if you don't, the cost to the airline or the airport if you don't do what the regulators have told you to do, and also the general cost of what's it going to cost your company, the airport or the airline, to actually follow the rules and the regulations set out. Do they have to pay any extra? Is there a big outlay? Do they need extra staff? And all this other stuff which you should be able to find as you're doing your research. There's also some other bits you need to cover. There's going to be an impact with regards to inconvenience. So whatever the regulators might say you have to do, it might be inconvenient for an airport or an airline to do it, but needless to say they have to do it, but it's inconvenient all the same. Also, the impact of their rules might result in a safer environment. So certainly for the HSE, it's all about safety in the workplace. So you need to talk about that for the HSE, as well as some of us probably. And then uncertainty. This is basically that companies don't know what's going on because there keep being changes. So if in your research you are uncovering any details about when new regulations have been brought in by people and then it's led to all sorts of delays or whatever based on the staff not knowing what they're doing or because there's loads of different changes which affect the airline or the airport, you need to be covering that. So that's your P3 and P4 dealt with. We're going to go on to P5 next week. I think there's more than enough there for you to do P3 and P4. I would like you all individually to go through the PowerPoint, as I said before, and then come up with sort of a draft copy of a report to include the information that you've been asked to include. It will be a big one. I would say probably for each one you're going to need at least 200 words to answer it correctly. And there's 8 of them. So yeah, good luck with that one. If anyone needs the help, you know where I am, 01274 436 184. You can contact me in the office, but only on Friday because I'm busy all day, as I've said. Other than that, enjoy your weekend. I hope I haven't upset you too much with the amount of work that you have to do. Remember the deadline, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Okay, bye-bye.